Yeah, we should be good.
Okay.
Does my mic sound louder?
Yeah, a lot louder.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on stream. Good deal. Good deal.
Can you hear my voice this time? Want to make sure.
Yeah, I heard. I clicked it, and that's the only thing I heard was you talking. So,
Okay. Good job. Good deal. Do we have a list of who's going to be on and not, right?
it should be in the poll section on Discord there. So we should have that good to go. We got one person watching us right now.
All right.
I don't know who you are watching, but we're getting ready to advance to the draft stage in like 30 seconds, and then we'll be able to start it up at 8:35.
Do you have Kezi's
I added him as a friend, so
okay.
whenever he's ready, I guess he'll add me back, and we can add him to the party for the
Go ahead
draft.
and invite him because I did make it close.
Okay. I'll have to wait till he asks me as a friend. I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not added me yet. Let's go ahead and
All
advance
right.
to the next stage. It's 8:30.
All right. I'll get it.
Which one is this?
I think I messed up our mock draft too. I think I put the Titans at pick 5 and they're at pick 4.
It happens.
Kind of, it's kind of funny. I was in a hurry.
Yeah, it happens.
He's got a trade. I'm gonna let him send his trade through real quick.
Yeah.
It's been a wild off season.
It has been a crazy one. This has been one of the craziest
Very active.
postseasons. Yeah, it's been a crazy postseason, and then it was a crazy off season. Like everything that
Might
transpired
get
has been.
crazier. We got Dak Prescott trade rumors.
Yeah, if Dak is on the move, then it can totally change the dynamic of the league. 88 overall, and he's an X factor. There he is. So we see that Turdell is not going to be drafted, so he's the one that we can skip if we do skips.
I'm gonna let
I'm going to post
until
the names
Kezzy
on.
will let me know.
Okay.
Have you posted the draft stream?
I'm doing it actually right now. I need to figure out a stream slot to put that in. Honestly, I haven't made one
Uh,
of the stream channels for, so I'm gonna make one now real quick.
just make a 2023-24 draft.
Is it
Or I guess it's just 2020.
24,
It'll just be
25, right?
it'll just be 24 because it's not between 2 years. So just make it 24 draft.
I named it on YouTube at 25, but I can always change it. We have
That's fine.
17 people online in our Discord right now. That's a big number. I like to see that. It means that there's going to be some active people in the draft.
I get to sit and talk about how I don't have a pick because I traded for a 32-year-old receiver. So
Yeah, I feel that. I can't complain about not having a first. It won me a Super Bowl, so I'm happy.
yeah, and
Totally worth it.
I have the window right now while the Packers are down, and I got to compete with you. So I got to do
Yeah,
something.
I didn't expect to land Cam Jordan in the free agency there at the last stage, but he was there, and I made a small offer, but his interest was so high. I guess he chose me over.
Yeah, I thought about offering him, but I decided to go with a younger guy, and then Cards swooped in and took another player from me. So he's on my bad side after this offseason. Took Javon Kinlaw from me. He was going to be my defensive tackle.
So we have two trades that have just came into the trade committee, and it's the last. I did tell the user that I would put them up for vote before we started the draft because he is new to the league.
Okay, so
The trade committee is now getting ready to receive those in 10 seconds when I can post them. So, trade committee, if you're listening to me, we need you to get on those pretty quickly.
it's Turdell and Cassie, so we'll just
Yeah,
have to.
17 people online shouldn't be too hard.
I'm not gonna say it out loud, but
Yeah, I don't want to mention them either. It's hard. I kind of forget we're streaming at this
I
point,
about
so
I about said
I
it.
know. I turned down, for those of you watching the stream, I turned down the game volume and the music volume, so it should just be our voices. And maybe that's not what you want to hear, but it's what you're going to get stuck with. So,
Day is so hyped over a quarterback that can't throw the ball.
can't wait to see
I'm
his
joking.
response in the chat on that one.
I'm joking. He's
Day,
probably really good at Madden.
if you're listening right now, Day, we're going to have you on the Super Bowl commentary if your team does not make it. So just get ready. Finalizing these final. I'm just waiting for the trade committee to DM me, and so I can pass along the results to our new Bucks user. As you guys know, Cody was our Bucks user, and he has decided to take a break away from the game as he's dealing with some personal issues in his life. You guys can be thanking for him, and if you're a praying person like I am, you can pray for him. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. And we've let him stay in the chat. Obviously, if you leave our league on a good note, you're always welcome to stay in our Discord. I believe that that's how you build a community, and so that's why we've always let people stay. We lost a Titans user, Ken, earlier in the off season. Actually, well, just as of yesterday, it was late last night when he texted me, and he left on a good note as well. He's also staying in our Discord server because I'm pretty sure he's a college student, and he went off to college, and then he's got a new job, and so he's just had a lot of changes. So he said maybe this summer he might jump back in. So we're definitely wishing him well.
If somebody's asking. All right, so
And there's an official result on the two trades.
yeah, it's kind of agreed with everybody, so it'll we can make a decision and get rolling.
Yep.
All right, so we'll wait.
I think we have one trade that has been already approved. Someone's supposed to be logging on to accept it. We've been waiting on that for a few minutes, so that's another reason we're a little delayed. It's not on our doing. We've done a pretty darn good job of keeping our schedule and maintaining it. I know we advanced early last night, but it was only about 15 minutes, and then this morning was like 10 minutes. So that's actually a good thing.
Where did you what would you name the channel for the draft?
Oh shoot! You know what? I forgot to do that.
Yeah, they're looking for it.
Yeah, pardon my scattered brain, guys. I've been literally gone all day long, and
All right, so
let me
we're
finish this.
confirmed now.
And let me make a 2024 draft, Supreme draft. But now that we have this commentary ability, we're going to start using our YouTube channel more for this stuff. So if you all ever want to find us, you can do that. But I am sending it now to the stream, to the group. My team went from a lowly 78 over or 79 overall to a 82 overall with my additions. I figured it would be higher.
I went from a 78 overall to an 85.
Yeah, my offense is an 84, defense is an 82. I feel like my
The
defense is stacked though. I don't
thing
know.
about my team though, it's really old and expiring, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to find newer pieces next year.
I didn't sign any big contracts in this offseason, and I noticed that there was quite a few teams that decided to go and um, they tried to invest in people long term, and so we'll see if that pays off for them. One of the teams that I've had on my radar as a team that I feel like could compete this upcoming season, and a team that made some big moves this offseason, was Keith and the Atlanta Falcons. I saw the Falcons made some big signings, and
Yep.
I feel like Keith's going to be knocking on the door. That division is going to be a tough one. Him and Willis, I'm pretty sure, is the Panthers. They're going to be competing. Willis was what 11-6 last year, and got
Yeah.
bounced out of the first round of the playoffs, but played snub really well. And the Packers, and
Without his quarterback.
without his quarterback, and Snub played me really well in the conference championship. I mean, he held me to 15 points. If my defense wouldn't have showed up, it would have been a totally different game.
Snub's having to kind of rebuild now without Rodgers, and
Aaron Rodgers retired, and so he's turning the keys of the car over to Jordan Love. See if Jordan Love can do something. We may be surprised. Snub may take a quarterback here in this draft. I don't know, but I'm anxious to
very
see what
deep
he does.
quarterback class. Two really good ones at the top.
It is. So just waiting. Trades, for those listening, trades are officially completely shut down um, until after the draft. We will, or until actually we'll just say till week one, because the time we can't really do preseason drafts or preseason trades. It's just be difficult. And I also want to remind you who are listening that tomorrow at 6:30 we will kick off season. This will be technically season 3 of Supreme Madden 23, but with everything
Be
that's
season
happened at the
4.
beginning, it'll be
It
season.
actually be season. It'll actually be season 4. It's just really third completed season.
Yeah, it'll be our third season of actual playing. So,
Yeah.
but we're rolling, and we're hoping to get maybe 3 or 4 more seasons in. That'd be awesome if we could get that many. But we're
Yeah.
aiming for it. I want to commend the league. I didn't get to talk much during the Super Bowl. I was kind of focused, and I told first off, Joe and Eli did a great job on the commentary for the Super Bowl stream. But I told him I couldn't put the headset on and talk to him because I was nervous, and I wanted to win that Super Bowl so bad. That was probably my favorite Super Bowl that I've won since playing Madden, just because of this team and because of the Kentucky connection that I've got built on the team. So I was excited about it, and it was a tough game. Jay played my hind end off, and that's why I decided to defer the prize to him because he deserved it. He had a great season, and he's in a little bit of a rebuilding section too. He's getting a little older on offense, and now his defense is kind of depleted a little bit. He lost, I think, Micah Hyde and Poyer,
He
maybe
lost both
Poyer,
his safeties, yeah.
and then he lost Ed Oliver as well. I saw him. Ed Oliver was a free
Yeah.
agent, so there's some big things. Von Miller's another year older, so. But yeah, it was a good Super Bowl. I feel like the game was exciting, and so I want to commend the league for how fast the season went. It's the quickest and probably the best season. I can't tell you how many times in private chat me and Eli was talking about how this was the best season of Supreme that we have seen and that we've been a part of, and this was the 14th season. So we're moving right along, and that's awesome. You will see a Hall of Fame induction video tomorrow, or tonight or tomorrow. I'm hoping to finish it tonight and get it posted, but I can't guarantee it. I'm pretty sleepy. So, may get it done tonight. If not, I'll get it done tomorrow, and we'll post it right before season starts. And then you'll see our first inductee into the Supreme Madden Hall of Fame. So, lots of great things happening, and we're thinking, always thinking about how we can advance the league further. So, don't think we're going to get stale and dried up. That's not in the plans. So are we? What's the trade outlook look, Eli? Are we able to start or?
I haven't got anything, I don't think. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna check again. Just trying to let everybody know the stream is posted. Okay. The Titans just told me the user isn't on, so we're good to go.
Yeah,
Unfortunately for
he
him.
just told me as well. So his trade that he made was not able to process because of that. team that he was trading with was not available.
That's
So
rough because that was a big time trade he was making for a team that's rebuilding.
and probably of all the teams in the league right now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in the biggest rebuilding stage of any team that we have.
Which, yeah, I
That
think he
was.
took over the Titans though.
Did he take the Titans?
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
okay, gotcha. I didn't know he was a Titan, so he's the Titans. Well, the Titans are still in a pretty. I'm a Titans fan,
Yeah, they're
and I know Ken did the
having
best
to
with them, but they're not. They don't have a supreme wealth of talent there, so they got a
yeah.
lot to do there too.
I'm gonna go ahead and start us off. Sam will be on the clock.
Sam and the San Francisco 49ers will have first selection. I think it's pretty clear cut where he's going to be going with
He's made
this
it clear.
selection. He's going to go QB, and he's probably going to take the guy from USC, Caleb Williams, but he may shock the world. If he shocks the world and if he doesn't take Caleb Williams one and he falls to two, Day will probably have a heart attack. You can let me know in you can let me know
Oh
in the
my
chat.
lord,
You can let me know in the chat,
that would
Day.
go crazy. He would go crazy.
Yeah, I would be upset for you because you wanted him so bad. Um, but Sam is on the clock. I'm hoping Sam is logged in. I'm gonna go check the members real quick. Everyone can see on stream.
And he did take his quarterback. He went Caleb Williams, so
He
no
took
surprise so far.
QB from USC. Caleb Williams goes number one.
Sonny
Then the
just traded for
Washington
this pick,
Commanders at number
moved on
two
from his quarterback.
sent Anthony Richardson to the Texans, and he takes Drake May out of North Carolina. Drake May was a big-bodied quarterback, 6'5", I believe they have him listed as. So that's a big.
Slower, but a gunslinger.
He's a
So
gunslinger. Got a
change
big
of
arm.
styles in Washington.
Make sure you guys who are drafting and are listening to the stream, if you want to, post in the chat pictures of your players and their cards so that we can see it. I'd like to see it. I'm a little curious. I'm a little jealous that I don't have a first round pick. So
And Shador Sanders goes number 3. So
and
Deion's son off the board quicker than anybody thought.
anyone expected baby prime time and the Raiders. Welcome back,
Team up
Sean.
with Devontae Adams, and here's the Vikings, who are really talented and just have a really good pick to go along with it.
Yeah, the Vikings
Just
want to
signed
make some
Tua.
moves this year.
Just signed Tua. Got their QB of the future. So
I'm about is this didn't Sean name the Raiders coach Deion Sanders? So he took his son technically.
he goes defensive end to replace Daniil Hunter, who just went to the Jets.
Takes
So
Braylon Trice from Washington. Braylon
that was the
Trice.
number 1 edge on the board. So that's a good pick.
Our newest member takes left tackle. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Fashanu.
Uh, I think he goes by Olu. So
Olu Fashanu from Penn State.
it's a big pickup. I think he's going to be an unreal player, probably like in the 80 overall range. So
Yeah, he's going to be good. Cassie, if you can hear me, if you're watching the stream, I sent you a friend request. If you want to join this chat, let me know, and I will send you an invite to the chat so that you can join in on this commentary. If not, it's cool. I just wanted to offer it to you.
all right, so we have a vacant spot here with the Bucks. I'm going to go ahead and skip this
We're
pick.
skipping the Bucks pick.
And he did get Brock
It
Bowers,
was
so if
that's what he
Cody
wanted anyway.
chooses to return at some point, he will have his tight end that he wanted.
Yeah, Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is one of the most phenomenal tight end prospects I've ever seen, as far as numbers wise. 4.38, 40, and just supremely talented.
Here's another pick that was traded for today. Buda Baker moved to the Giants along with the number 19th pick, I believe, to get this number 7 pick.
Jake is
So
on the board.
Cardinals, somebody they wanted. So let's see who it is. The best receiver in
Probably
the
gonna
class is
go.
still available.
Yeah, he's probably gonna take a receiver, I'd imagine, since he traded
Marvin
DYP.
Harrison Jr. possibly here.
Shador Sanders was a hidden talent. He has 84 speed, and his throw
And he
power.
goes with a
He
running back at pick 7.
took on Travion Henderson from Ohio State. Wow.
That's a big swing. Let's see if it hits.
First round running backs can make or break you.
That brings up the
Jaguars are on the
Jags.
clock. Anthony. I don't know if Anthony is here. He may be. I hope he is.
He needs anything get other than quarterback. If he drafts a quarterback, it's kind of pointless here.
The Bucks took Bowers, and that's who Jake wanted with the number 7 pick.
So that trade up failed, unfortunately for
It was a
him.
swing and a miss.
Gets a really good running back in Trayvon Henderson, though.
Sonny just posted Drake May's card. 91 throw power, 80 speed, hidden development. That's not a bad quarterback.
Yeah, shoot, if he's got superstar, that's your franchise guy.
Yeah, that's a good pick. You can also a good season can make a world of difference. I've seen that with Will Levis, who was a 74 overall or 73 when I drafted him. He's all the way up to 84 now after a good season. So
Shoot, monster too, 95 throw power, 85
yeah,
speed, one of
got
the
a
best quarterbacks in the league,
got a
stats
plus
wise.
got a +2 throw power after the Super Bowl, which was phenomenal. Oh,
Not
we
looking like the
see
Jags is here, but I'm not gonna skip him.
Cardinals thought he was taking Marvin Harrison Jr. and
Oh
selected
no,
Travion Henderson instead.
the
Man, that's
front
rough.
office
That is
swept
rough.
under him and took somebody else.
He was superseded. Oh, that's a heartbreaker, Jake. I'm sorry. That hurts. That hurts me for you. Um,
Oh, that's rough.
Anthony was not here.
Just
I'm
don't take a quarterback,
I'm
Madden.
not I'm
Okay,
not really
they go
shocked.
Tavondre Sweat, the monster defensive tackle for the Jags. So that's a big pickup for that roster.
Hopefully Anthony can set his draft board. That's what he did. But he may have voted. I can't be too negative if he voted. If he didn't vote,
Brings up
I'm
the
gonna be mad.
Broncos here. Probably a quarterback spot. Russell Wilson's getting really old. And it's not. They go James Williams, a 6'5" safety out of Miami.
6'5" at safety is
It's unreal. It's going to be one of the best users in the league
that
right there.
that is a huge, huge safety.
Very, uh,
I love to see the trash talk already going on between Sean and Nico after all the many many seasons of their trash
that's
talking.
somebody I was really targeting if I still have my first round pick, but it looks like I wouldn't have even had the chance to draft him. So
Yeah. Well, I've got my first pick at round two, pick 24, and I'm looking at some people. None of them have been taken yet. Now they probably won't make it that far, but we shall see, I guess.
we'll get the Rams on the clock here. Another team could use a quarterback. Who knows if they will go with one though.
Is the Rams online? Is the question.
I'm gonna get
Let
a
me check.
pencil and paper out and start marking teams off.
The Rams are not online from the looks of it, but we will give him a chance because he was talking in chat earlier, so we'll give him a chance. We'll give him this first round. Caleb or James Williams' card has been shared on the Supreme Draft channel. 88 acceleration, 89 speed. He is 6'5", 226. He will be a
Oh my goodness.
hidden development. He will be a monster user.
I don't even know who to compare that to.
That's an anomaly at that position.
That's like, what's the safety that didn't pan out in the league? He played for the Bengals. I can't remember who it was, but that's the only comparison I can think of.
That's a monster of a safety. Well done, Nico. That's an excellent pick. We are waiting the final 10 seconds here. Kendrick, I don't believe is online, but we shall see. I'm anxious to see this next pick. My user, if I had to pick a user, I'll let this pick come through first.
Oh yeah, this is
Jaheim Bell.
Jaheim Bell,
He looks
another
like a
fast tight end.
yeah, absolute crazy receiving tight end. Who do you
Kind
think
of,
I who do you think I want, Sonny? Who do you think I want? He said he thinks I know. He knows who I want. I want to see who he thinks.
Jaheim Bell is a guy you can get carries in the backfield too if you play him at fullback. He's really good with the ball in his hands. Played
he
running back at
thinks
South Carolina.
he thinks I'm yes, Sonny. I am a corner guy. I've got my DB room is
Oh
ridiculous.
my lord! If you
I don't
draft
think
another corner,
I'm drafting another one. I'm almost out of room. So
he's gonna draft another 6'2", 95 speed corner.
yeah, Ringo, man, I'm telling you, my draft strategy worked last year so well for me.
That class was loaded.
Yeah, I got Ringo, and then everybody passed on Cam Smith, and he fell into the second round, and I was able to steal him, and he got a +2 speed post Super Bowl, so he's up to 93 speed at 6 foot. Yeah, it's a cheat code for sure. Ringo is a cheat code. 95 speed. He had a +2 speed at some point this time too. A +1 and a +1. 95 speed at 6'2", and he is just, gosh, he's phenomenal. I've got him and
Falcons, I believe, traded Drake London and they replaced him with Marvin Harrison Jr., who is
Keith
the
can,
best receiver in this class.
and Keith continues to impress me with the decisions he's making building that franchise. That's going to be a team to reckon with, I believe, this year. He played my
Yep.
butt off this past season. A couple
Oh yeah, he
turnovers.
gave me all kinds of trouble defensively. I couldn't get in the end zone, which that was a common thing for me. So
If you would ask me if I had to select one user for the upcoming season that I feel like is going to have a breakout, it would be Keith, and it'd be that
yeah,
Falcons team.
everybody's looking to recreate what Dre did.
Yeah, Dre, congratulations, by the way, Dre. I know you're probably not listening. I think you said you were going to be a little late to being able to get back and stuff, but congratulations on being named the inaugural User of the Year. Um, I just want everyone to know who's listening too. Everything that we hand out, besides like player awards, like Coach of the Year, User of the Year, Super Bowl burst, NFC stuff, any championship game stuff, all that is resume, and we are keeping a resume. Since we've been doing this Hall of Fame, we are keeping resumes on people. So there are reasons for those things. So they're not just silly little, feel good gifts. They're legitimate things. And I felt like Dre, and I think it was unanimous amongst all of us who decided on it.
Yep,
Dre was completely the person. He's come so far in Madden, and he
just
earned it.
over the course of one season, beat me.
Yeah, he played, and he had me beat if the game didn't give me a fumble near the end. He would have been my second loss. So Dre had a great season. Saints are
Saints
up.
not looking like he's on.
Nope.
I'm not gonna skip any of these first round picks unless it's absolutely noted though.
We had a Saints replacement midway through the season there. Eli
They
ran
made a
off
run
our
for the
old
playoffs.
Eli ran off our old Saints user.
Apparently, I'm a toxic Madden player.
Because
So
you run RPOs. I like Ryan though. Ryan's a good guy, and
yeah, he is a good guy.
he just had a rough patch there. I know that Joe is not here. Joe is the Eagles, and Joe has set his draft board. He told me in advance, so Joe is not
Okay,
here.
so let's get
Joe
this pick.
Joe is having a guy's night with some of his friends. He took cornerback Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama. Sonny, that
It's a
was
fun
my
name.
pick.
That's a fun name.
I'm just kidding. That really wasn't my pick, but I thought it would be. He would be a good corner. Kool-Aid
Yep,
McKinstry.
that is a fun name.
Turdell is on the clock. He is not drafting either. I saw him say that in early.
Okay, so I'm gonna skip this
Kool-Aid.
pick as well.
Stace Mister the Great there, which is Sonny. He was going to take Kool-Aid. So I see who
Still
he
a lot of
takes
good
here.
players on the board.
Let's see
Still
who he
got
takes here.
the other Ohio State receiver. You got the defensive end from Ohio State who looked pretty good. A
The
lot
only
of good
thing
options here.
There's only one downside to having to stream this is the fact that I cannot go look at my draft board. It's driving me crazy because I'm used to clicking on by this time and looking. So,
Yeah,
but let's see who he takes here at the 15th pick of the first round. Draft is going by pretty quick so far, which is a good thing. And we'll do as many rounds as you guys so want to. We're gonna do at least guaranteed four. After fourth, if there's a majority of people want to go 5, 6, 7, we'll do that, but we'll go real quick with them. But if not, we'll send
and
them to
he
people.
did go JT, and I'm not gonna try to pronounce his last name,
Tui
but
Molao. I hope that's right. You guys can correct me if you want to. I'm
saw him this year in real life take over the Penn State game. Just absolutely wrecked that game after Penn State had the lead in the fourth quarter.
crazy to me that the Commanders are adding to that defensive line. That defensive line is already nasty. I think they lost to Ron Payne this year, probably in free agency, or he was already gone in free agency. So
I think
add
he,
add
yeah,
JT to Jonathan Allen and Chase Young. My gosh, that's going to be a nasty pass rush.
yeah. Here's the Patriots, who's a really good user, who's stuck in a really tough conference division.
Yeah, he is not here either. He is actually. Give me 1 second. Let me check.
All right,
In the hustle and bustle of all day, there were so many messages coming in and so many trades coming in that I've got to check on, make sure I've got everything right. I'm about positive he told me that he is having PlayStation problems and will be out for a couple of days.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So I want to make sure before I do that, though. I want to make sure I can go toggle him to. I can probably toggle him to auto just in case, right? Am I right?
Um, yeah, but it will
Okay.
pick for him.
I'm gonna toggle him to auto. Put him
All
on
right.
7 weeks. Okay.
Okay.
It should take care of it now. He took
He
wide
got a
receiver
receiver.
Egbuka from Ohio State. That's probably not pronounced right either, but you'll get over
He's
it.
really good. Second best
JJ
receiver.
McCarthy goes to the Indianapolis Colts. Old Pope taking a quarterback from Michigan.
Goes before Quinn Ewers. That's kind of crazy. Let's see if
Sonny
that
is
pans
out.
out for him.
Sonny said we could put him on auto from the rest of the way.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll do that. Thank you for letting us know. We need to
All
team
right.
up on some Warzone here. I don't know if you play
Here's the
Warzone,
user of
but
the year.
we'll team up on some Warzone at some point.
User of the year is on the clock after trading Rashawn Slater for this pick.
But I don't think he's going to be here. I don't think he's available.
That's tough. That is
That's
a
a
tough
tough.
move to make if you're not going to be here.
But I will make sure in chat. There's been so many conversations happen. I'm pretty sure he tagged us. Uh, Dre, I don't. He said he wouldn't be available in 20 minutes, but he said hopefully CPU does a good job. So just change my answer to no in the poll.
I'm
So
just going to let this one run out. I
yeah,
don't want
let
to
it
skip
ride.
him if he's mulling.
Me too. I see someone tagged me in another one in chat. Let me see. I just now opened the general side. Panthers, darn you, tagged me in it. I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe because I said that the uh, Falcons are such a gonna be such a tough test. What's up, Torvis? Hope you're doing well, brother. He's another one building the team right, in my opinion. I think those Cowboys are gonna be looking tough.
They're saying Chargers ain't on, but I'm just going to let it run through. Don't want to skip anybody in the first round. Gets a running back. They lost Eckler, so that's a decent pick.
Yeah.
Here's the Giants who traded down from 7, added Buda Baker in the process.
Hurdell said that Colts new quarterback JJ McCarthy won the slam dunk contest last night.
Oh my God.
Well played, sir. That's funny. I can't wait to watch some of
Oh
these
my.
games between Willis and Keith. That's going to be some battles.
You got the Panthers coming up with the next pick, and Quinn Ewers, who was ranked about the number 4 or 3 quarterback, is still available.
That was a good one. Back-to-back picks coming up for the 49ers, who stacked themselves well with some first-round picks, I should say, at least 3.
Shoot, moved a lot of players. Would have had another one if Trent
One
Williams didn't
thing,
retire.
yeah, one thing you can count on with Sam is he is going to make deals. He is a
Oh yeah,
salesman. He is a good salesman. I think he's a car salesman too, if I'm not mistaken. So he literally does this for a living. Panthers are on the clock. Alabama left outside linebacker Dallas Turner went to the New York Giants. That's a good pick. We
here's
shall see.
Willis. Let's see where he
See
goes with
what
this.
Willis does here. I'm anxious to see. I think Willis knows how to build a team too.
Really, it could be really competitive in the NFC.
For those who do not know, Willis came in the second in the user of the year selection behind Dre. Willis had a really good season, so anxious to see how he feels up here. He may take a quarterback here and replace Baker Mayfield. We shall see. Or keep Baker as a backup that way. In case someone gets hurt like last season, he'll have at least a decent backup. But
Greg says Dallas Turner is the steal of the draft.
yeah, I think that could be a very good possibility as well, Greg.
Very
I
slept on.
I
Fell
feel
to
really.
19.
I just want everyone to note too about Greg. Greg is probably the most tested person in this league. Every single season, he gets put in a division that is
Oh my.
absolutely ridiculous, and the Panthers shock the world and take a corner. Miles Jones from Texas A&M. But yeah, Greg and the Ravens, he always gets put into a division that is super tough, and this division he's in now is ridiculous. The first 49ers pick is the strong safety out of Arkansas, Jalen Catalon.
Yeah.
We'll see who he takes at the number 22 pick. Hopefully you guys can hear us well. I feel like you can because you guys keep
Yeah, I
recording.
checked it.
So good
I
deal.
checked it. It looks great.
We might try to do this a couple of times throughout the season too for big games that have playoff implications. We shall see, but um, we're just trying to add new stuff to the league all the time, guys, so that we can keep it fresh and make it fun. This is by far the most fun Madden league I think I've ever participated in.
Goes another linebacker, Terrence Lewis out of UCF.
Terrence Lewis from UCF, right outside linebacker. It's a good pick.
More of a coverage guy.
Falcons are back on the clock. I did not realize the Falcons had two first-round picks, so another big moment for the Falcons and for Keith. Let's see who he takes. I'm anxious to
That's
see it.
CJ Stroud at quarterback, so that's not in play.
Yeah, he's got his QB1. Let's see who he takes here. He comments in the chat that safety. I'm not quite sure what he's referencing. Hopefully, give us some clarification there. 88 speed. That Dallas Turner was an 88 speed hidden dev linebacker. That's a pretty good pick at 19. I agree with you,
Yeah, that's going to be a
Johns. I
great
agree with you.
player.
Let's see. Waiting on Keith's pick to come through.
Looks like the
Torvis.
Falcons lost their pick. I think he was going to pick Catalan.
Mm, Cody is on and drafting with the Buccaneers. Sweet. That is awesome.
Awesome.
That is great news. Um, Torvis is up next on the clock, followed by the user of the year, Dre, and I will refer to him as user of the year until he's no longer the user of the year. Then he'll be the former user of the year. So get used to it, fellas. I'm proud of Dre. He's come a long way.
Second defensive tackle off the board.
Leonard Taylor from Miami. Good pick. He's adding to that defensive front. He added DJ Reader in the free agency. Left
There
tackle
goes.
Troy Fautanu from Washington goes to Torvis and the Dallas Cowboys after he allowed Tyron Smith to walk. That's a good selection. Replaces
Yep.
a big gap and hole for him. Dre is on the clock. Dre is not here as far as I know. If I'm wrong, Dre, correct me.
We'll let it run a little bit. I'm going
I
to
just
check
want
the.
everyone to know too that everyone has to agree with me on this, and if you don't, then you're just a hater. But the entire personality of our league is up next on the clock, and that's Day. Day is like the personality of our league, and I love it. I love all the banter and all the going back and forth with him. So I'm excited to see
Falcons shared his player card. He is hidden, so that's a really good pick.
92 strength. Yeah, very good. 6'3", 308. Another
I'm going to
hidden
skip
pick,
Dre
left
here. He's
tackle.
not on.
Dom said that Day's not really the personality league. He's corny. Can't. I hope they play again this year because I would love. I don't think they do, but I would love to see another Cousins
Yeah.
Bowl.
He
Cornerback
goes
Cam
corner.
Hart from Notre Dame adds with Derek Stingley. That's another very good addition to that Texans roster.
Here's Chris
Chris.
with the
Chris is
Steelers.
another one. Chris is another one of those guys. He's never got a bowl yet, but he is another one who's one of the top users in this league, in my opinion. He's super tough.
Just he always gets in a tough
Always
division too. Has to play
upset
rigorous schedules.
the number or the 15-2 Ravens in the first round of the wild card there.
Yeah.
Him and his best friend in this world, Greg. That's a tough battle every time, man. That's a tough battle, but I'm anxious to see what Chris does here. I feel like he'll go offense, like maybe wide receiver, but I have no clue. Just knowing that Steelers
Yeah,
roster, I was the Steelers for
or
2 seasons.
corner.
They need a receiver. I know they got Pickens, but I feel like they need another one.
Pickens, Deontay Johnson,
Yep.
maybe, or a corner, or even quarterback if you don't.
We've got another Cardinals pick coming up, followed by Snub at Green Bay. I'm anxious to see that one because he's in our division. And then um, another 49ers first round pick with Sam. So let's see how that goes. 7 people tuning in and watching the stream. Glad you're here. Glad you're watching. Hopefully you guys like this interactive streaming. I don't know. If you don't, let us know. We don't have to do it, but I feel like it's a pretty cool little addition to the
Yeah,
league. So I don't know if Chris is on, but I'm sure Chris set his depth or he set his draft board. So either way, he's going to get the player that he's got ready there. I'm anxious to see who Jay takes with the at the Bills pick. If I was guessing, I'd say he'd probably take a safety or a defensive tackle to replace the holes that he has now where he lost them. So we'll see.
another interesting pick coming up. Snub at 29.
Left end Corey Foreman from USC goes to the Steelers, adding to that steel wall of defense that they have there, steel curtain, I should say. And that's a good pick. I feel like that's going to be
Yep.
a solid player for him. Let's see who Jake takes here with the 28th pick. Maybe, from Clemson, left outside linebacker Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Snub is on the clock. I think Snub said he was drafting in the poll. I know he wasn't on to accept trades earlier, but I think he is now drafting. If he's not,
Let's see
then
where he
we will
goes.
see him at the time.
And he goes
Quarterback
Quinn
Quinn
Ewers.
Ewers. He is
So Jordan
not.
Love is not the guy.
He's not relieving in Jordan Love, so he's going to go with Quinn Ewers out of Texas. I dread seeing him twice a year, maybe 3 times like I did this year. So
Yeah.
Sam back on the clock, pick 30, first round, 49ers.
What is this? His fourth pick?
This is his 4th first round pick. I think that's tied for the most we've ever had in a first round in Supreme history. Wide receiver Troy Franklin from Oregon. Now to the pick that I
Bigger
feel like
body guy.
we need to watch for. Jay. I want to see what Jay does here. And those that don't know, I'll give you a little background too. Jay's been a long-term member. He takes a defensive tackle, Shamar Turner from Texas A&M. That's a good selection. Day is on the clock once more with the Texans pick. Let's see who he takes. Got his QB1 with Anthony Richardson, or so he believes. He's
Let's see where he goes.
They made the playoffs last season um, with Cam Newton starting quarterback and ran him into retirement.
Literally.
Literally ran him
Ran
into
him to death.
retirement. I watched that playoff game versus I think it was Kessie and the Jets, if I'm not mistaken, and that was a tough one. There was a lot of missed throws in that game. Let's see who Day takes. And Sam's got another pick coming up. First pick of the second round, so that's a lot of picks there. Sam's rebuilt this team for his future, and he's done a supposedly or seemingly good job, I should say. So let's see what he does. Snub is in the chat. Brent is wanting to see what Snub's quarterback looks like. Quinn Ewers. I'm anxious to see that too myself.
Oh yeah, I want to see that. I want to see if he's hidden.
49ers up next, followed by the Browns. I do not know if Terrell is on. Followed by the Raiders. Sean back in the fold here. Followed by the Vikings, Brandon and the Vikings, and then the newest member of our Supreme League. I'm honestly not sure of your name, Titans.
Yeah.
Just to be
It's just
honest, but
it's just a Discord name, I
it's
think.
just a Discord name. So, and you weren't in our Facebook before we moved to Discord, so we shall see. Day took the whole clock here. Let's see what happens. He took it all
Oh,
the
he
way
got it off the
down.
last second. Got another
Chris
corner.
Abrams drained. Maybe he's following my pattern from this past season and taking three,
Yeah.
or having 3 good corners. We'll see how it plays out for him. Sam back on the clock. He takes
Who's
defensive
loaded up in this
tackle
class?
Mike Hall Jr. from Ohio State. Terrell is on the clock at the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if he's on.
Quinn Ewers was hidden, so that's huge for the Packers.
Very big for the Packers. Let me check the poll and see about Terrell. I just have to find the poll here. I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. I've got this draft on my mind, but there it is. He was not. I don't think he responded.
Yeah, that's uh, that's
That's
unfortunate.
yeah, that's common. You guys have seen that we have 2 users added to our activity list. Activity warning. I will be monitoring their activity and anyone else who falls off in their activity. And if they are no longer active after 4 weeks, I will check it. And at 4 weeks, if they're not active, they will be receiving a one-way ticket to the Supreme Madden Sweet Chin Music Hall of Shame. And I hate to do that because I like both guys a whole lot, but I just
Yep,
we gotta keep the league active. It's the only
yep.
way that we're going to continue to be successful. So,
People paid to be in here. We got to keep it a good product.
yep, for sure, for sure. Up next is Sean and the Raiders. Cody has got a pick coming up, followed by Brandon and the Giants. I'm finally 22 picks away. I don't think any of my guys but one has been taken. I'm probably going to focus. I'm just going to let y'all know I'm not focused on offensive line or defensive tackle or
Yeah,
defensive line. I'm
I'm
looking
just
really
looking
short.
to get guys I can put behind my starters, and
Next time
hopefully they'll take over next year.
during the next period where I don't know if we've got someone here or not, I'm going to check the draft board. I'm going to let y'all look and see who all the best available still are. So we'll see who that is. And Sean is up, and let's see who he takes. Quarterback from Oregon, Bo Nix goes to the Browns.
That's just
That's pretty
that's
much
a CPU pick.
a CPU wasted pick, truthfully, because they already have Deshaun. So
Yeah, that's what happens when you are not participating.
let's see who Sean takes. Glad to have Sean back in the league. He had to take a little break from work, but he's back and he's been active, and that's good. So let's see who he takes here with round 2, pick number 3. Took quarterback Shadur Sanders in the first round. I hope I said that right. But I took him in
Yeah,
the first round early. Baby
with the third
from.
overall pick.
So
This is
let's
definitely
see.
a project, but I'm sure he's hidden because
He was,
people love Coach Prom.
yeah, he was hidden. He was, I think, 84 speed, 88 throw power. So definitely a
Yeah,
project quarterback, but the talent and
developable.
potential is out there. It's definitely there. I'm going to go ahead and click draft board so y'all can see what's going on. Still got a quarterback at the top of the list. Tyler Van Dyke, Xavier Worthy, a receiver. Denzel Burt, quarterback from Kentucky, still on the board. Devin Leary, can't go wrong with those Kentucky boys. Um, Cedric Johnson, right end. Jacob Cowing from Arizona. Kyle McCord, Cuba from Clemson. Fathery from Texas A&M, and then Mahogany from Boston College and Jackson Dart rounding our top 10. It moved on a little bit. Denzel Burke from Ohio State, the corner, goes to the Vikings. Another good selection. Titans are
Yep.
up. First pick that they get to make, I believe. Maybe they've already made one. They did
Yeah,
make
they
one.
did.
So they took a left tackle. That's right. They took a left tackle. Let's see who he takes here. He's got a lot of work to do with this
Seemed
Titans
really
team.
committed. Really committed to building the offensive line and his trade talks. So let's see where he goes here.
Took a wide receiver, Jermaine Burton from Alabama. That's needed. They need receivers to go along with.
Can't go wrong with a Alabama receiver.
Casey in the chat said that's a horrible pick at 3. I'm assuming he is talking about
Shador.
Shador Sanders. We shall see if it's a horrible pick.
I don't think it's horrible. It's just you're really banking on being good.
Xavier Worthy, wide receiver from Texas, goes to Cody and the Bucks. We're hoping Cody can stay around. We're waiting to see. He's waiting to see. We're hoping he can hang around and continue to be active um, in the with his team. We'll see how it
We've
plays out
got
for him.
two really good draft picks so far with Worthy and Brock Bowers.
Definitely needed. He needs a quarterback, but
I think he signed Daniel Jones,
did he
who's
sign Daniel? Okay. Anthony back on the clock. I don't think Anthony's here. He wasn't here in first round. We can skip him. That pick for the Bucks was a hidden, 89 speed, 6'1" receiver. A little on the slow side, but hidden trait is very good. And
Yeah,
let's
nice little
see.
slot receiver.
There's not much of a difference on here between 89 and 91 speed, so that's not a big deal. So that's a good thing.
Yep. He's
Broncos
got
are
the
up
hidden
against
trait.
Nico, and then we have another Falcons selection followed by Greg and the Ravens, and then two back-to-back Eagles picks. Joe, who's not
Jags
here
is
for
not
reasons.
here, so
We're skipping the Jags pick because he is not here. He wasn't here, and he's not been active in chat. Takes the right tackle Ruben Fothery from the second from Texas A&M. Nico is on the clock with the ninth pick of the second round. And for those who are watching now, I will be dropping a Hall of Fame induction ceremony video tonight or tomorrow. So I'll be sharing that in the chat as well. Donovan Jackson from Ohio State, the right guard. I was actually targeting Donovan Jackson as one of my picks. So thank you for taking my guy, Nico. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to have him as a depth guy, maybe develop him some, but he'll be a good
yeah, I
depth
had
guy.
him on my board as well. He had really athletic, looked promising.
Keith back on the clock with the 10th pick of the second round. Let's see who Keith takes. Add to his. I feel like he's had a phenomenal offseason. Like I've been ranting on him. Keith, if you let me down, man, I'm gonna have a hard time here. He's my pick for the upcoming
Dark horse.
breakout class.
User of the year.
Let's hope he's gonna break out. I really do, but we'll see.
What's gonna be funny is when I get frustrated at you because we're both targeting the same players,
That's how it
and you're
goes.
ahead of me.
That's how it goes. We make the same offers on free agency. We make the same offers in the draft. We try to draft the same players. It's just the way it goes. I have to look something like today. I didn't even, like last night. I didn't even realize that you were going for Tyron. Like I knew you
Shoot,
said it, but like I didn't know that like I had
it's
even offered.
competitive, man. We're in the same division. Just
I didn't even
you ain't gotta
realize that he was.
apologize.
I was like, oh shoot! So I backed that offer off, which it wouldn't have mattered anyway because Jake threw the entire bank at him, and
Yeah, he broke his team for the next 4 years for yeah. But I did the same thing and just didn't pay out for me. So
Andrew McCubu from Clemson, the strong safety. Greg's on the clock, followed by three sim picks because Tardell's not here, neither is Joe. So we'll skip them. We'll do it. We won't go so quick to where we don't know. Left guard Christian Mahogany from Boston College goes to the Ravens. Now the first simulated Eagles pick,
I'm gonna skip this one
and it
and the
takes
next one.
Shiloh Sanders, free safety from Colorado.
The other son of Dion.
Yep. I know Joe will be happy about that because he's a Cowboys fan. And then they take the running back L.J.
L.J.
Johnson
Johnson
Jr. Terrell is
transferred from A&M.
Terrell is not here either, so we can skip Terrell. Or Turdell, excuse me. I said Terrell. I had the other one on my mind.
Gets
He
a
takes
backup quarterback in the second round.
takes a
Oh
backup
man,
quarterback. I bet he is going to be upset in the chat. Hopefully it's not. I think he said he's at work, so we ain't got to worry about Crown Turdell. We can just
well maybe he's got hidden dev so he can move them.
we
But
can move him for some pieces. Greg back on the clock. Let's see what Greg does here with the 15th pick of the second round.
we're approaching our picks here.
Yeah, everybody can see me whiff on my picks.
Shoot, Ravens got a hidden
O
offensive
lineman,
guard. Yep,
right outside linebacker. It took
and then
Xavier Corey. I can't see his name because it went so quick. And then the Patriots took a third quarterback if they still have Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones on the roster. That's Kyle McCord from Ohio State. Now Pope is on the board with the 17th pick of the second round. Pope had a big time breakout with Michael
shoot,
Pittman Jr. With Geno Smith throwing for
Greg
him.
having a huge draft, two hiddens back to back in the second round.
Let's see what Pope does here. You guys will see me and Pope. We will argue numerous times throughout a season. We do it every time. But me and Pope have a lot of mutual respect for each other. We've been in leagues a long time together. And so those arguments aren't like mean spirited. They're just arguments. So that's just the way they go. It's usually over rules. He likes to he likes to try to manipulate it a little bit. I know he can hear me probably right now, so that's why I'm saying it. But he's a good user and he's always active and I respect him. see what he does here with this Colts pick.
Had a really good season with the Offensive Player of the Year.
He sure did. He's a heck of a user. He's always a tough out. He's played me in the playoffs many times, and it's always extremely tough.
Should have been in the playoffs. AFC was just so deep.
Yeah, it felt good for once to not have to worry about that. Usually in that
Yep.
tough conference, but being in the NFC is a little bit easier. I didn't say that out loud, did I?
Yeah.
It's just a reality. It's not as deep. There's some
we're
great teams, but
we're usually all over there in the AFC with the Bengals and Titans and
I think this is only the second season of Madden that I've ever completed with a NFC team, or third season of Madden with an NFC
oh
team.
shoot.
Looks like Pope's about to
I've
drop
had
a
quite a
throw
few,
here.
but never took on a huge rebuild like this.
He takes, or CPU takes, free safety Tyler Nubin from Minnesota. Dre is on the clock. I do not know if Dre is here.
Turdell is mad in the chat, by the way.
Yep, I knew that Tordell would be upset with his pick. He said he's done. Oh, sorry, Tordell. I hate to laugh at that. Your response was funny. But if I'm not mistaken, Tordell's told me before he thinks I think Tordell's the oldest player in here. Is that correct?
Possibly, yeah.
I think you said that. So
I think
I have a lot of respect
Willis
for
is
him.
up there too.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for him. The way that they handle themselves in these leagues, it's always been. Turdell has been with us forever. Willis has been with us for a while now too.
Yeah. A lot of tenured guys now.
We do. We have a very, very long tenured core. I was happy to see Dom in the chat earlier in the week say that he's going to be here until he can't play no more. I like to see that because Dom is one of our best users too.
Yeah.
He's also a good personality in the chat and keeps things active and fresh, and the
Another guy that
interaction
should have been
between
in the
him and me.
playoffs.
Yeah, Dom not being in the playoffs is one of the craziest things to me because he's such a good user. He just had a
Had
rough
back-to-back bowls
stretch.
before this season.
hmm He's probably the first user we've ever had that's won a bowl and then not made the playoffs the following full season. I believe in this league. So
Which he had to battle a lot with Burrow suspended to start the year.
Burrow suspension. Not only that, look at that division between Greg,
Yeah.
Chris, and him. That's a battle every single week. Every
And
time they
it
battle,
is
and then the
not
AFC
easy to play
again.
with that Bengals team without an offensive line.
Nope. And then the entire AFC being so deep and so stacked. So
Yeah.
he'll be back. I guarantee he'll be right there knocking on the door of the Super Bowl again this year.
Here's another guy with a ton of picks.
Left guard
Cardinals.
Marcus Tate from Clemson goes to San Diego. See who Jake takes with the 19th pick of the second round.
I'm gonna go ahead and write down that Chargers is not here.
Cedric Johnson, right in from Ole Miss. I like that pick. I think that's a good pick. Willis is on the clock with the 20th pick of the second round. Let's see who Willis takes. He found his niche last year with that really tough physical run game. And
Yeah.
when he made the trade, pulled off the big trade for
Then
Ezekiel Elliott,
deep
that
shots
was,
with Hyatt and Baker Mayfield.
yeah, Jalen Hyatt, one of the few players in the season last year that burnt Keely Ringo. He burnt him on a corner
Yeah.
route, and he torched me.
Crazy good deep threat. He got superstar development for his stats on the season.
We got back-to-back picks coming up for Torvis, and then another pick for Day, and then my first selection. I've got 2 second-round picks in this draft. So I got one from Greg. I sent DJ Shark to Greg. Um, Shark just no longer fit my offense after I traded for Hollywood Brown, so I had to move him while I
Yeah.
could
It's gonna
on
be
waivers.
very fun to play Billy if y'all were wondering.
Jamison Williams, 98 speed, and then Hollywood Brown, 98 speed on the outside. It's the first time I've ever had speed at receiver in my entire tenure of this league, so I'm anxious to see what I can do with it. And then I've got my favorite player on my team, Wandale Robinson at slot, so I like that quite a bit. Darnell Washington still at the
Yeah.
tight end, second-year player out of Georgia, big
Oh,
body.
Willis told me he was done. I forgot about that.
Oh, okay, so Willis is not selected in this 20th pick. We'll skip it and go to Torvis. Will
He gets a
Shipley
guy
from
that's
Clemson
similar to McCaffrey, receiving back.
will help him out to give some carries of relief to Zeke. That'll help out a lot.
Yep.
Torvis is on the clock. I believe Torvis is still here. Torvis, if you're still here, let me know. Maybe, hopefully. I don't think he would miss these 2 picks. He's all about team building,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I feel like he's going to be
He
here.
loves this stuff.
He's done a good job of building that Cowboys. He's moved a lot of those bad contracts off the clock, and
And then finish second in the NFC,
yeah,
even throughout all that.
Greg wanting to see Will Shipley pick. Believes he's a hidden dev and fast. He's probably right about that. Torvis is on the clock. I'm going to tag him in chat, make sure he knows he's up. Keep forgetting his name. It's Dim Boys on here. He is active in chat. It shows him with a green dot on his name, so I do believe he's probably just looking through players at this time. I may just end up going best available. I don't even know. He takes the running back, Lavicia Carroll from South Carolina. I guess he does need a running back since he doesn't have Pollard and he doesn't have Zeke anymore. Greg was upset that Lavicia Carroll did not fall. He must have been targeting him in the draft.
Devin, a chain from Texas A&M, but it's probably a good compliment because you do need 2 running backs in this league.
Yeah. Chris Hilton Jr., wide receiver from LSU, drawing from Brent's stomping grounds now. He's an LSU Tiger guy. So he's taking one of his guys from him there. Day is on the clock, 23rd pick, and then I will be on the clock. You'll get to see my thought process as I go through. He takes a tight end, Jatavion Sanders. Let's see what I got here.
I think he was the third fastest tight end, so that was a good pick.
I'm taking Devin Leary. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
That'd be hilarious, actually.
Lots of quarterbacks, big name quarterbacks on the
Yep.
clock here. Another 6'7" tight end is not. I don't need tight end though. Let's look at my draft board.
He might, though. He might need another one.
I may need another tight end. I've got 3 players on my draft board that I like to see. I don't know.
Well, I hope you don't go with my guy.
I don't know if you're watching, but
I can't see it, no.
I may take Kingsley Sue and Mataya and Jack Sawyer right
Okay.
end. He's a good pass rusher, but I don't necessarily think I need to do it. I don't know. This is a tough one. Tough one for me. You guys are getting to see. This is what I do every draft. This is how I do this. He did not participate in the combine is the only reason I don't know about Jack Sawyer. I'm going to go with the tackle. BYU's Kingsley. Actually, let's just take Jack Sawyer. Screw it. We're going with Jack Sawyer. He's a normal
Right
dev,
in.
88 strength, 80 speed. It's okay. Wish he would have been a hidden dev, but he's not. Dre is on the clock. He is not here.
Saints was not here either.
Terrence Ferguson, right guard. I didn't scout him. I should have probably. Michael Penix
And
Jr.
then Greg just told
Saints.
me to skip
Chris
Chris,
can be
so.
skipped, and then it's your pick, Eli.
Oh,
Followed
let's see
by
here.
Snub, Brandon, Jay, and myself, and then you again.
Let's see.
Chris got him a wide receiver from Charlotte, Grant DuBose.
My guy is there that I wanted, and he's probably really bad, but
You said he was a project guy, didn't you?
yeah, he is a freak athlete, 6'8" right tackle, fastest tackle in the class. I'm gonna go with him. He
Some
is
good
normal dev.
Nolan Rucci, Wisconsin, right tackle. It'd be good if he could sit a couple years and learn from some of those guys you got.
Yep. Just build some depth.
Yeah. I'm hoping Jack Sawyer can learn from Cam Jordan, be mentored in the mentorship program, and maybe he can get some help from that. Target him in some. We are moving a tad slow. We have allowed some people some grace. We will be skipping from on. Tight end Jared Wiley goes to Packers.
Shoot. If he gets that guy.
He takes a 6'7" tight end to go with Robert Tunyon, who is already the most crazy player in the league, in my opinion. Tunyon does
Yeah,
crazy stuff on this game.
he gets the same treatment Tunyon does. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with in this league.
Brandon on the clock with the Giants' next pick. Then the Bills, then myself. I will definitely be going offensive line. I'm just going to let everyone know that. I done said that I was taking an O lineman with one of my two picks, so we shall see how it goes. I don't think it'll be a good pick, but we'll see. I got really good picks last year.
Yeah, I wish I could see my player's card,
I
but
got it.
got
I'll let
the
you get to the
runner-up of the league
selection
up.
so I can be looking.
I got the first pick of the third round after I traded Claypool for the 49ers third round pick.
I'm really tempted to take this Devin Brooks from Auburn. He's a fourth round protected speed rusher, right outside linebacker.
Yeah, he's really fast, I'm sure.
He's the third fastest. He's got, let me see. He's like good in coverage. He ran a 4.59. Got elite acceleration, great speed. Snub is done the rest of the way. I don't know. I don't really necessarily know if I need him. He don't really fit my
Yeah,
team.
it's tough.
I'm gonna take Kingsley Sumamataya. I don't know, from
It's tough.
BYU.
You really only good get good scouting for one round, and then you have to kind of hope for the best.
A hidden dev, 87 strength, 6'6" right tackle.
Oh man.
Big old boy. He's not a hidden dev. Excuse me. He's a normal dev.
Oh, I was about
I
to
wish
say,
he was.
wow.
I wish he was a hidden dev.
It's
I wish he was a hidden dev, but he will
like
be able.
Lions beating the Bears again.
He will be able to play maybe some guard in the future for me. If he's in the 70s, I'm happy. He can at least get maybe to 80 eventually. Had B pass blocking, so I do not have a fourth round pick or a third round pick, so I do not pick again until the fifth round of this draft.
I don't know where I'm gonna go here. Might take another offensive lineman.
We will be skipping quite a bit in this draft, so if you do the rest of this starting this round, if you do not want us to skip you, please let us know in chat. People who have been here and who have been drafting, we will not skip unless you tell us, like Snub did. Cody, I don't know if you're listening, but
I'm gonna go with my
if you're
gut here.
drafting,
I think
let us
I
know.
like this guy. He's big. He's athletic. So probably a project, but that's all I can really hope for here. No, he is a hidden dev. Oh my.
Mason Smith from LSU.
6'6", 295 pounds, defensive tackle, hidden dev, 91 strength, 76 speed. That is huge.
True run stopping defensive tackle.
I'm going to send that to the chat. That is a huge pick.
We can skip Terrell. He's not been here.
Yep.
Sean, you are up next. I don't know if you're drafting still. Took a tight end, Austin Stogner from South Carolina. Sean, are you drafting? If you can hear me, let me know. It's not showing you as active in the chat right now. Would hate to skip somebody that is on. Would just keep us updated with yourself, guys, so that we know who to skip and who not to. That way we're not sitting here for 5 hours.
Yeah, these usually last pretty long.
I'm excited to kick off season one. Or not season one, I'm sorry, week one of season two of this current.
Season 15 of the Supreme Ad League.
Yep, it's a monumental season. Season 15 will be big.
New additions like the Hall of Fame. We're really starting to stream and put out a lot of media, so it's
Yep. Lots of content coming out. I hope you guys enjoy the graphics. We work hard on the graphics. Eli and does a great job with the elite graphics there. And then you can
yeah.
tell the ones I make, they're not as nice, but they're there. I've been trying to get better at it so I can help take a little bit of the load off of him. and it's a nice little hobby. I feel like it's a
We'll
good little
have
hobby.
Elite sponsoring us for the next cycle too. So
That's a good thing. Yeah, they've already appreciated the business that's come their way. Some of you guys have bought some graphics from them, so that's awesome. I hope you guys continue to do that. If you want logos or anything like that, hit them up. Titans
yeah,
user on the block or on the clock, I should say. I can tell I've been talking for 12 straight hours. I'm exhausted.
got
Jacob
my voice
Cowan
is
was the
getting sore.
final. Jacob Cowan was the final, or the last pick, I should say. Wide receiver from Arizona went to the Cardinals. Let's see who the Titans take. Took a left tackle first round, a wide receiver. Jermaine Burton, I believe, was the second pick for him. Let's see who he takes with the third. Mario Williams from USC, wide receiver. That's actually, I feel like a good sleeper pick. I feel like Mario Williams has got some good potential. Cody is on the block, or I hate to say on the block, on the clock, I should say. Let's see if Cody is drafting still. He is active in chat, so yes,
Yeah,
I believe he is.
I'm talking to him right now.
Good deal. I'm excited to see Brock Bowers in that offense.
Shoot, I think
Brock,
he's
he's a dream player.
debating a quarterback here.
There's a lot of quarterbacks left on the board. I saw DJ Uyangale there. I know that he's not highly favored amongst people, but Devin Leary with a strong arm, I'm not going to encourage anyone, but I'd take him or even Jackson Dart. Even though Jackson Dart was a projected undrafted free agent, I don't know why he's listed as second on my list. But Grayson and McCall, strong arm from Coastal, 6'3", 212, round 3-4 talent still there. And then DJ Uyangale, he's still there as well. Brennan Armstrong from Auburn. Brock Vandegraff from Georgia. So there's some quarterbacks left there. KJ Jefferson from Arkansas, big scrambling quarterback. I'm gonna check his stats out.
Oh, and he goes Jaden Daniels.
Jaden
I
Daniels.
wonder, it's gonna be really fast. It's an interesting offense. It's about to come to
Greg
Tampa.
Greg's about to fall asleep in Tampa because the Bucks took so long. Brandon is on the clock. We will be skipping the Jags. I'm going to go ahead and text Nico and see if the Broncos are still on. I believe he is. He's got a green dot next to his name, so we can
Cody just let me know that Daniels has 90 speed.
90 speed at the quarterback position. Wow.
That is
James
a
Brockermeyer from Alabama, the center, goes to the Giants. We can skip Anthony. He's not been on. Phil Jerkovich from Pittsburgh,
in
the
the third
quarterback.
round, putting Trevor Lawrence out of business.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is going to feel some heat coming from this rookie quarterback from Pittsburgh with a weird last name. Nico on Nico on
Oh Lord,
DJ Uyangale. Oh, he may have just drafted Russell Wilson's replacement. DJ Uyangale looks like he's about 50 years old in that picture. And it's got him listed as his Oregon State because I guess he did transfer, didn't he?
yeah, he did. It's
I
gonna
forgot
be
about that.
interesting to see him in the really run heavy offense.
Kenrick, I do not believe was here in the first round. Oh, I didn't see him in the second round.
Yeah, I have him wrote down. So
Sean
it's
wants
the
to know if
defensive
we
tackle.
are going through round 7 in the draft.
I don't think so.
We won't draft round 6 or 7 for sure. We're going to go at least 4. And if we have a lot of people still on the board or a lot of people still online at round 5, we'll do round 5, but we will send round 6 and 7, no doubt. There goes my outside linebacker. I think Day saw it and stole it. I'm just kidding, Day. Tell me what he's like, though. I'd like to see his card because I did have him on my board.
I believe we skipped Saints, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
we've skipped him.
We're skipping these next.
Skipping Joe. He took Tagovailoa from Maryland, and then Jaden Crumedy from Mississippi State, and then Turdell gets. Let's see if he takes another quarterback. Blake Fisher, left tackle from Notre Dame. We can skip
Then
this one. Sonny said he is off for the rest of the night.
and that's got a quick pick. Okay, Keyshawn
Keyshawn
Silver.
Silver from Kentucky.
He's a new player.
I'm all
Just
for these
transferred
Kentucky
in.
boys.
Just transferred in from North Carolina.
Colts are up. Pope. I don't know if Pope is on. I'm assuming he is still. It's not showing a green dot next to his name.
All he's not on.
I don't believe he's on. We'll skip it. If he's
I'm gonna
on,
check him in the. You check him in the Madden screen.
I can't check that. He's got a green dot next to his name, so he's on.
All right, I'll let him pick.
He might be in a game though. I don't know. Bengals is on the clock. Dom with his first selection in the draft coming up. I don't know if Dom is listening. You are next on the clock. He is typing a text right as we speak. He's saying he's coming. Don't skip him. We will not skip you, Dom. I saw where you said that you were going to take this pick, so you definitely going to get it, brother. Dom was up, and then Jake again, and then Sam again. Torvis, Sam. That's the next order. Jason Marshall Jr. from Florida goes to the Colts. Dom is on the clock with 1:24 left. I'm anxious to see who Dom takes. I would imagine he's going to go offensive line.
Yeah, just keep building the wall. Even though we just got Slater.
Nico says advance. Yeah, I'm waiting on Day to send push in the chat. He says that all the
That's
time.
classic.
Push.
Push. No other comment.
Yeah, just that. Just pops in at random time and says push. It could be the 5 minutes after advance. Cracks me up. Raiders has reached level 10 in the activity list there. That's good. He's level 10 now. That is also resume, and you'll understand that later on
Yeah.
as well. That's also resume. That's the reason I added that long back when we first got into this. Tristan Lay, left tackle from Clemson. I knew he'd go offensive line. That's a good pick. Jake is on the clock. I think Jake is still active in the chat. Feel bad for him after that first round. He has not got a green name.
It won't be more than 5 rounds, guys.
No, 4 rounds is the last of it. If there's a lot of people on at 5, we'll go through it fast. But I don't think we will have to worry about that. Even though my next pick is the 5th round, I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
Miles Hinton, right tackle from the 49ers. Torvis with the pick next, followed by Sam Willis, who's not here. Greg. Torvis is picking, so thank you for letting us know that, Torvis. Really appreciate that. That way we knew not to skip you and we weren't left in limbo. If we can get this done. Storm Duck from North Carolina, cornerback.
Another good name.
So when Moss is in, they're going to be screaming, get ducked on.
Yeah.
Sam is on the clock. Sooner we get done with this, the more work I can put onto this induction ceremony video. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. And we're gonna put out some preseason power rankings.
Yeah. Right tackle Logan Brown from Kansas goes to the 49ers. He has built his offensive line back. Willis is not here. We can skip him.
Yep. We got Greg.
Devontae Thornton, wide receiver from Tennessee, goes to Willis.
Another Tennessee receiver.
Teams up with former
Pair up
teammate
with.
Jalen Hyatt. Greg is on the clock. I know Greg is here. I'm assuming Day is picking. I'm not sure. I know Snub's not. If
Yeah.
Day is not picking, we can skip Dre. Jackson Powers Johnson, the center from Oregon, goes to the Ravens. Bram Walden, right tackle out of Oregon, goes to the Chargers. Greg back on the clock with the 26th pick of the 3rd round. Followed by a skip, Day, a skip, Kessie, and then Jay.
Did Cassie ever say if he's coming on here?
I never heard back from him on here or in chat, so I'm assuming not. We'll have to get Casey on a stream on a commentary though. For
Yeah.
everyone that doesn't know, I have played more seasons of Madden with Casey than I have anybody in any of the leagues I'm in. I think I've completed over 45 seasons with that guy across 3 different leagues. at different times. So he's always been consistent. Kamara Wheaton goes to the Steelers. Day is on the clock with the 28th pick of the third round. Cassie's typing in chat. He's still here, so he's going to be drafting. That's good. We won't skip you, Cassie. We're down to one watcher on our stream. Going to be using this YouTube channel a lot more. The season's ahead now that we've figured out how to do this commentary.
Yeah. And I got my mic turned up this time, so hopefully people can hear us.
Yeah. Definitely going to have Joe on some commentary. Joe is very good at
He's
this stuff.
great.
I think that he's, Joe, I don't know if y'all know about Joe, the Eagles user. He's a mixed martial artist, and he's also a wrestler. He did professional wrestling. Like he wrestled in some small promotion stuff, and he'd cut promos, and his promos were always excellent. So I knew that he'd be good at this. Day taking the whole clock. Nope. Monkel Goodwine from Alabama, the defensive tackle. Snub is not on. You can skip him. Let's see who it takes him. Al Blades Jr., a cornerback out of Duke. Cassie is here, so we can wait for Cassie. He's got 2 picks coming up here. He's got a 4th round pick I'm sure he'll want to take, too. It's right up around the corner. We will do a 4th round. We'll do the 4th round, and we will sim from 5th round on. That's the official call on that. We'll do the 4th round. Left tackle Micah Morris out of Georgia. Bills is up. I don't know if Jay is on. I'm going to check. He is on. Yes, he is on. So, Jay is on. He took
up.
Vontae Brown, corner from Miami. Jake is on the clock.
Had a really good offseason.
We're entering the final round of our draft. Let's see who he takes with this selection. I hope he's still here. That Morris was a hidden dev tackle, 6'6", from Georgia.
That's a good pick.
That's a good pick in the 3rd round, Cassie. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah.
Tight end Michael Trigg from Ole Miss.
He's a receiver converted tight end.
So that'll be a weapon for that Cardinals offense. 49ers on the clock. I feel like I've said that all night.
Yeah. This is at least like his 7th pick through 4 rounds.
Let's see who Sam takes with his pick. He takes Devin Leary, quarterback from Kentucky.
So he's
Transfer
got
from
2
NC
options.
State.
In case Caleb Williams doesn't pan out.
Casey back on the clock. I'm sure he's still here. Let's see who he takes. Sean will draft. I don't know about Vikes. I think a lot of the other users who are playoff teams, I think Greg might have the most picks of any playoff team that was here in this draft, but maybe him and Torvis. Torvis had quite a few as well.
Cardinals too.
Yeah, so did the Cardinals. But I took the approach this offseason that I was going to build through trades, and I traded for Hollywood Brown, and I traded for a 2nd round pick so that I could draft some depth. And so I focused on trades and some free agents. I think I signed Brian Beluga back to right tackle, Taylor Lewan, Cam Jordan, and I think I also got Chidobe Awuzie, cornerback. So
Yeah.
that was my
I got
free agent class.
Logan Wilson, 2 really solid offensive linemen, and then Grant Delpit, who will be my user, and then got the defensive tackle from the Dolphins. I think his name's Christian Wilkins.
Just took a different approach. Thomas Fedone II from Nebraska. Sean is on the clock now with the Raiders' last pick in this 2024 draft. Unless he has another 4th round that I don't know about. Please let us know if you're still here. because we will start skipping. If you get to 30 seconds and there's no selection, we will skip you. Uh, he is on. You can just tell me who's on and who's not. Hayden Casey drafts another hidden development player in the fourth round. 80 speed tight
What
end
a
Torvis
class.
Skydome. What a good job. Torvis is here, so he will make his selection. Sean is on. You can tell me who's next, Eli. And
Um, the Vikings is next.
Vikings, NFC North. He is on. And then who's after
The
that?
Titans are after that.
And the Titans are in the NFC or AFC South. He is on. Terrell is now on at the Browns. I don't know if he's on here. Torvis, you're going to have to help me with Terrell this year, getting him to stay more active in the Discord.
Sean running it all the way down to the last seconds.
Barrett Carter, right outside linebacker from Clemson. Now Brandon is here. Torvis, I don't know about that, bro. He don't. He yeah. He don't really listen to you, does he? He's been doing other stuff. He's gonna have to be more active, or he's gonna be in trouble. He'd be kicked. I hate to do that to him. He's such a good guy. I really like Terrell.
Yep. Used to talk about Madden quite often with him.
He made a push there in that season 1 too.
Oh yeah, he had the Ravens rolling. He beat me
Vikings.
once.
Vikings with a fourth pick in the fourth round. He showed that he was online. I don't know if he's still in the draft. Have 4 people watching the draft right now. That's glad to have
Oh
you here.
Lord.
Pretty consistent amount of people from the league watching. That's a good thing. We've had quite a few drafts. It's probably one of the most active drafts we've had.
Yep. Maybe the most active.
Yeah. Robinson, left outside linebacker from Penn State. Demuin Robinson? I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Titans have the 5th pick of the 4th round. Casey says he is still here till 4th is done, then you can sim the rest of his picks. Yeah, we're going to
Well,
sim the 5th and 6th and 7th round of this draft. Ja'Kalen Johnson out of Ohio State goes to the Titans. Cody is up. Cody's trying to build his Buccaneers.
just
He's had
got
a
his
good.
quarterback.
I feel like he's had a good draft. I really do. I feel like he's had a good draft, getting him a fast quarterback, getting him outside the pocket a little bit. On top of got him a weapon in Brock Bowers that he can throw it to. Wide receiver
And
JoJo Earl from
2
TCU.
receivers now. So
He rebuilt that offense a bit, so that's a good thing.
brought in J.K. Dobbins in the offseason.
Good pickup. Taylor or Landon Tangwall from Penn State, the left tackle. Keith on the block or on the clock. I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. Uh, round 4, pick 8. Let's see who the Falcons take. I don't know if Keith is still here or not. Let me check. He is on, so he will be drafting. Quite a few still on.
About to have a bunch of skips come up.
Yeah, Cassie's pick. We
And 4 skips in a row.
and then we have 4 skips in a row, so that'll help us make through some time. While we're doing this, I just want to thank you all once again for the season we just had. It was absolutely great to be able to. We just advanced early almost every day, and we're going to try to keep that same pace um, that we did.
Yeah.
So be active in
Well,
scheduling, um, be active in scheduling, be active in playing, and we'll just keep moving. We'll just keep moving forward with it and knocking it out. You all did excellent this past time. So yes, Brandon, we are finished after the 4th round. Thank goodness. I agree, brother. I agree. Keith taking the whole clock, or he's not drafting one. I don't think he's drafting. It's going to be a CPU pick, and it's going to be Ismail Mondon Jr. from Georgia, middle linebacker. Kessie's taking the final pick here, and then we have some skips, 5 skips in a row, 6 skips in a row. Eugene
Here we
Asante,
go.
left outside linebacker from Auburn. So here's the first
This
Rams skipped pick. Scooby Williams, outside linebacker from Florida. I just realized I said skipped. Tommy Brockenhauer, excuse me, left tackle out of TCU. Frank Gore Jr. from Southern Miss goes to the Saints. I like that. Cassie found another hidden dev. Donovan Edwards from Michigan goes to the Eagles. Cassie is finding hidden after hidden. Ryan Linthicum from Clemson, right guard, goes to the Chiefs. The Commanders will take Deion Smith, wide receiver from LSU. Patriots were skipped and goes to Lawrence Seymour, right guard from Miami. Pope was on the clock. I don't know if Pope is here and drafting. I'm going to check. We might be getting another skip. He is not online. We can skip him. It's red. Bengals is
Kessie
still
balled
here.
out the back of this draft.
Bengals is here and he is on the clock. So, Dom, you're up.
Kessie just got a whole lot better from having third and fourth round picks.
Yeah. He's already adding to a really stout offensive line and a very stout defense. He had the defensive player of the year and the defensive rookie of the year on that team. Stephen Dex Jr., right outside linebacker out of Florida State, goes to Dom and the Bengals. I feel like that's a good pick. Jake is on the clock with the Cardinals. He took Cooper DeJean from Iowa free safety. We can skip Willis. He's not here. He took
Torvis is
Stephon
here.
Wynn Jr. Torbus is here. Nico, are you still here? If you are, please let us know in chat if you're still here. I'll go check it.
Sure, that was a preset pick by Willis. He's a Nebraska college
Sunny
football fan.
tomorrow. Start week one will start tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Cuts. We will advance to the cut section of the preseason right here within the next 15 minutes after the draft. You will have all that time. I'll make an announcement in the Discord as well. You'll have all that time to make your cuts. And at 6:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, we will start the week one, and we'll be marching towards another Super Bowl. So
Jackson Dart goes to the Cowboys.
Jackson Dart to the Cowboys. Dom said L draft for the Bengals, not going to lie, but a W offseason, he'll take it. That's exactly how I feel about my offseason too, Dom. I feel like my draft sucked, and then which I didn't anticipate much from this draft, and then my offseason as well. Getting Marquise Hollywood Brown was huge for me.
Yeah.
88 overall,
Glad
98
I found
speed
a
receiver.
solid defensive tackle in the third round.
I saw Jake put him on the block. Me and Keith fought over him. We were in the negotiations trying to both get him, and he decided to send him to the Detroit Lions. So
Mistake, Jake.
that's the hardest I've ever had to work in a negotiation. I don't have a first round pick next year because of it, but you know what, in a third round, but I'll take it for that speed and that receiver. Gives me another person that can stretch the field. I feel like the competition this season is going to be crazy. I feel like there's going to be some crazy battles. Just another announcement for those who are listening. We will be selecting the game of the weeks this year, not Neon. I know y'all hated that last year, and quite frankly, we hated it too. It's just a little easier for us when we do it that way because I mean I'm sure you guys understand. This takes a lot of work. We put a lot of work into this league, and just having a little bit of something taken off of us was a little bit easier. But we'll do that. It ain't gonna be hard for us to look at a schedule, especially with the
Yep.
Neon app. It won't be hard for us to look at the schedule and just select a game. So we're gonna do that. We did do away with player of the week. I just don't necessarily see there's a point in doing that, and so
Nope.
player of the week went away, but we're replacing player of the week with other content and graphics. And you've seen us. I mean, my gosh, we've been pumping out graphics like crazy. So you guys will
Yep.
see that. Sonny
You
said
got
he's
one
locking
coming
in
out.
this year. He's left all his other leagues and he's focusing on this one. So he's not going to be burnt out no more. So he is a Supreme only member. So he has quit his other league so that he could focus on this one. I did the same thing, Sonny, last year. I'm actually in another league called Headliners, and I decided to go on autopilot halfway through it. And I focused on
Yep.
the Super Bowl push in here, and it actually really helped me stay focused. I was able to kind of just game plan with this team only and not share two game plans. So it did help me, but I will be going back to Headliners this upcoming season. As long as it's there, I'll be there because that's my home. That's my first ever league I was in, and Joe is one of my friends, and I'm loyal to it to the T. So I have to. I'm gonna go back to that. But Jake Brenningstool, tight end from Clemson, goes to the Day and the Texans. I was able to lock in this season. I feel like that's one of the reasons I was able to win the Super Bowl. I hadn't really been able to do that. I'll be honest with you guys, and I've told Eli this I don't know how many times, and I know he shares the sentiment. We get more enjoyment out of like just running the league and seeing how much y'all like it.
Yep.
Like I'm not just saying that to make y'all think I'm giving you what you want to hear. Legitimately enjoy seeing everyone else enjoy the league that we're putting out, and that makes me. It just excites me. It makes my mind. And you can ask Eli this too. I'm all the time saying I'm already planning for 24. I'm already planning for
Right.
this. I'm always thinking ahead and trying to figure out some things to make it cool. Tavion
There's a
Robinson
Kentucky guy.
from Kentucky goes to the Ravens. I like the pick, Greg.
He'll be good in the slot.
Dave said he is firing all of his scouts, and Don agrees. He's going to do the same.
Interesting strategy.
Supreme Madden Network breaking news: the Texans and the Bengals have fired all of their scouts. Brent on the clock. I don't know if Brent's here. I haven't heard from Brent in a while.
I don't think he is because he just had this fourth round pick, but I'm gonna message him.
And then John at the Seahawks. I don't feel like the Seahawks have had any picks this draft. Am I mistaken there? Is this the first pick that I've seen them in?
They gave up their first for Sweat.
Yeah,
If you remember that trade.
I do
And
remember
then they
that
gave
trade.
up their, I think it was, I can't remember the second round pick.
Then we have a skip with Chris. We have Jake, a skip, and Casey. You're going to finish the fourth, right? You said you're finishing the fourth. So Corey Brooks, wide receiver from Alabama, goes to Brent. I know he'll hate that because he hates Alabama. John is on the clock with the Seahawks. I do not know if John's here. I've not heard a word from him.
Yeah, I don't think he
Probably.
knew he had picks.
So we'll skip him for sake of time. I don't think he would be upset with us if we skip him after a 30-second
He's
wait.
not. He's not on Madden.
We will skip him and skip Chris. John does get to take Corey Kiner from Cincinnati, running back. Chris takes, or his CPU takes Keanu Coat, right outside linebacker from Alabama. Casey is still here, so he will take a pick. Jake is, I believe, still here. We will finish up the broadcast after the draft is simulated and finished. We'll do a send off, and that will be it. I will post it. I'm gonna go ahead right now and post the updated schedule in the advanced schedule section of the Discord.
About two more picks here.
Casey, Jay, and then the final pick being Brandon and the Vikings. Thank you guys for your activity in the draft, all the comments. I like being able to interact with you guys. I thought it was pretty neat. Vikings is no longer showing online.
Is Jay online?
Jay is online.
All right.
So we'll let Jay pick Chris Braswell, outside linebacker from Bama. Jay takes Jaylon King, free safety
And
from
that
Georgia
is
Tech. And
the end of the draft.
we are skipping the final pick of the 4th round, and then we will simulate the rest of the draft. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, check Discord, keep up to date with that, and we'll see you guys next time. I'm going to end the stream now. See you guys.